Hey everyone, it's Joe the Cinema Dude, and we are back in the movie room to start Action and Adventure April, where this month we're going to look at a whole host of action-adventure movies throughout the month of April. But today we are going to take a trip to Hong Kong and the movies of Jimmy Wang Yu. Jimmy Wang Yu was a Taiwanese director, actor, producer, a mainstay of Shaw Brothers during the 70s, and he passed away earlier this week at the age of 79. So I thought it would be kind of cool to take a look at some of the movies that I have of his in the collection. And let's get started. So for those that don't know, he was kind of one of their kind of mainstay guys. His big film that kind of everybody knows, he has two. One that he actually directed himself, which came out with a very nice release, which we'll show. And then another one that's just kind of a classic of the genre. And we'll start with that one first. It's a Chong Che film, and this is The One-Armed Swordsman. A great martial arts film. Pretty much influential on the genre itself. It has the revenge aspect. It has, the person that he gets betrayed and he goes into hiding and then has to come back out, and all those tropes you see in martial art films and then, brought back to other action films is in this. So it says on the back, it says, one of the essential classics of Hong Kong cinema, The One-Armed Swordsman is the original tale of swordplay and honor that influenced generations of martial arts films. A betrayed kung fu student retreats to lead a peaceful existence until duty forces him to learn a deadly new fighting style and return to the world of violence and vengeance. Director Chong Che, who did the 5 Deadly Venoms, combines exciting weapon choreography with a rich storyline in this 4-star Shaw Brothers classic. And so on this one, this is a DVD from 2007, part of the Dragon Dynasty line. And a lot of these now are starting to get... some of these did have Blu-ray releases, but a lot of these now are starting to get picked up by Arrow, by 88 Films, which is really cool. And so the special features on this is there's a commentary by Quentin Tarantino and film scholars David Shute and Andy Klein. Interview with Jimmy Wang Yu. Interview with David Shute and Andy Klein. The Master, probably a featurette on Chong Che. Stills Gallery, Trailer Gallery, and commentator biographies. So, Quentin Tarantino is a big martial arts fan, really loves, putting those stuff out. But first film to show off One-Armed Swordsman, it's awesome. Definitely highly recommend checking out this film if you haven't. It's pretty cool. So he would come back to that character of the One-Armed Swordsman 4 times. He would come back with the Return of the One-Armed Swordsman. And then, let me just double check which one is first. I think this one is first and this one is last. Could be wrong. If I am, please let me know. But he would actually team up and kind of I guess we would call it the Batman versus Superman before it happened. But he would go in 1971, and he would, it was a Japanese Hong Kong co-production, and that would be Zatoichi and the One-Armed Swordsman. So Zatoichi is a film series from Japan about a blind, I guess you would call him like a massage person, and kind of his journeys and stuff like that. So a very influential series in its own right, and one that has a ton of films. This is through the Criterion box set that I have. So I just wanted to take out the booklet because the movies are on, like, some of them are on, like, 3-on-1. And it's not individual release itself. It's it has, like, the kind of digibook kind of thing. So, excuse me. So this is from 1971. And Shintaro Katsu plays Zatoichi once again. And what it says is, as a Japanese-Hong Kong co-production, this is the only film in the series not to see a video release, even in Japan, until the turn of the millennium. It brings Zatoichi together with another handicapped fighter, Wang Kang, the one-armed swordsman, played by Hong Kong martial arts film veteran Jimmy Wang Yu, who had his own much shorter series, 1967 and 1969, courtesy of Hong Kong-based Shaw Brothers Studio. And it says in here, Wang Kang is traveling in Japan and is spurred to action when a Chinese couple he has met, along with a number of Japanese travelers, are slain by samurai. The Chinese couple's son survives and is helped by Ichi. Soon Ichi, the boy, and Wang Kang are fugitives, but communication provides difficult, and before long, Ichi becomes separated from them. Wang Kang and the boy find shelter at a monastery with Wang Kang's old comrade from martial arts training, a Buddhist warrior priest who is an expert pole fighter. But the priest is an independable friend, more interested in the bounty on the fugitive's head and eager to foster dissent between the two once Ichi shows up again. Things end when Ichi and Wang Kang return their swords on each other. Rumors have circulated over the years that there is another Chinese version of the film with a different ending, neither with Wang Kang and Ichi wounding each other but surviving in the climactic duel, or Wang Kang killing Ichi. The only known surviving version, though, seems to be this one, and you'll have to watch it to see what happens. So that is Zatoichi meets the one-armed swordsman. So like I said, Zatoichi would also meet Yojimbo, and that was, let's say that was earlier on in, let's see, so that was movie 21, or 22, excuse me, in the series, and movie 20 is when he meets Yojimbo. So like I said, very cool kind of crossover movie. Again, it is kind of cool to see kind of two, kind of important characters in their own rights. Definitely Zatoichi has more of the legacy of movies behind him, but to have kind of these two crossover characters come in, something you don't really see anymore, dependent on not Marvel or DC movies, but these other movies where you would have like these two existing properties coming together into one movie. So definitely check that one out as well. So then, like I said, he did another one as well, and this is the One-Armed Swordsman versus the Nine Killers. And this one was another one starring Jimmy Wang Yu. And it depends on who you say, because some people have said that he directed this. Some say he kind of co-directed, so it's very blurry on who actually did in this one. But this one is a 2004 release DVD. Pretty much just chapter selections and stuff like that. So not a lot of special features in this one, but the final chapter in the One-Armed series has our hero facing a syndicate of killers led by Lo Lai, who was in the Five Fingers of Death, Fist of the White Lotus, and Long Fei, Kung Pao, the One-Armed Boxer. These killers are actually famous Shaw Brothers characters, such as the Sentinel, Swordsman, and Magic Blade. So here it says it was written by Wang Yu and famously Shaw screenwriters Ku Long. This epic promises tons of action and a killer surprise ending. You won't want to miss the real secret behind the One-Armed Swordsman's ability. So that is the One-Armed Swordsman versus the Nine Killers. Again, good. Again, but diminishing returns as you went on in the series. So like I said, he Jimmy Wang Yu would be famous for another movie of his, and one that he would direct, and his first directing one from 1970, and that is The Chinese Boxer. And this is the sort of new. It came out last year, but this is the 88 Films release of this. 88 Films is doing a great job with Shaw Brothers kung fu movies. They have a whole host of them out now. Legendary Weapons of China, The Iron Flag of Iron, Disciples of Shaolin, Shaolin Mantis. So definitely check them out. So from the golden age of kung fu movies, it says on the back, the legendary Shaw Brothers brings you an action-packed tale of revenge, mayhem, and flying fists. When his martial arts school is viciously attacked by a rival gang of Japanese thugs, Lei Ming swears to bring them down with violent justice. Written, starring, and directed by Jimmy Wang Yu, The Chinese Boxer 1970 is a fabulously fast-paced feature full of exquisite set pieces and mind-blowing fight choreography. A huge influence on the likes of Tarantino's Kill Bill and Bruce Lee's Fists of Fury, this entertainingly savage story of resilience, skill, and battle against the odds is one of the first true modern classics of the genre, focusing as it does on physical prowess and athletic proficiency over the more mythical elements of the wuxia era. An undoubted cult classic, this is a must for any serious collector of extreme Asian cinema and martial arts mayhem. So in here, there's a commentary by Sam Deegan, which is, once again, pretty awesome. Like I've said before, anything by Sam Deegan, any of those people that are working on Arrow releases and such, they do a fantastic job. Open Hand Combat, interview with journalist David West. Wong Ching at Shaw, interview with Wong Ching. There is a Hammer of God TV spot, U.S. Hammer of God trailer, Hong Kong trailer, English trailer, reversible sleeve with brand new art from RP Kung Fu Bob O'Brien, and original Hong Kong poster art. So this is the regular edition of this. 88 Films is doing, when you first get them, a nice slipcover, which is the same art as this is the Kung Fu Bob O'Brien art. And then it does come with a booklet as well. But now, if you do find the any of these releases prior, so like this one, possibly Disciples of Shaolin, most likely you'll get the regular release now. So definitely look to get these fast and quick. And then this is the inside. But another great film. Again, really influencing what you would then go from seeing from just the kind of sword fighting wuxia films to the more hand-to-hand combat that would go throughout, the mid to late 70s and into the early 80s to now, again, then also influencing the action, films of, America and stuff like that. You would get that more hand-to-hand combat and stuff. So definitely check out this release. Definitely check out The Chinese Boxer, a great film. So I have 3 more. Let's see. Another film directed by Jimmy Wang Yu is from another kind of series, sort of. There's a few of these, and this is the Master of the Flying Guillotine. So the Flying Guillotine, there's 3 films in the series. There's the Flying Guillotine, and then I want to say Flying Guillotine 2. Now, if you look it up, again, there is some, like, one is technically not part of the series, or that, so, again, it depends on where you're getting your information from and how they do connect and such. But this is the Ultimate Edition from 2002. Again, Jimmy Wang Yu stars in this. It's written and directed by him as well. It says, available for the first time, the Master of Flying Guillotine returns to delight and dazzle audience of every age. The legendary Jimmy Wang Yu stars as the one-armed boxer, a martial arts expert, who is targeted by the blind master of the Flying Guillotine, who has vowed revenge for the death of his 2 disciples. Beautifully restored with 12 additional minutes not seen in the original release, the Master of Flying Guillotine combines eye-popping visuals, unforgettable characters, incredible fight sequences, a spectacular electronic soundtrack, and one of the most notorious weapons in film history. Are you ready to take on the Master of the Flying Guillotine? So again, kind of combining this plus the other series as well. And on here is interactive menus, scene accents, audio commentary. There is a audio commentary by Wade Major and Andy Klein, trailers, subtitles, and then biographies and filmographies. So, but that is Master of the Flying Guillotine, which I believe I am correct. It was just recently announced that this will be getting a release sometime later this year. And the last two are another starring one of his, and this one actually I haven't seen yet, but I found this in one of those kind of, I think this was even like a dollar store find, and it's Blood of the Dragon, plus 3 other bonus movies, which are Duel of the Iron Fist, which that may be a Shaw Brothers one, I believe. Eagle Claw Champion, and Militant Eagle. But the most important one is Blood of the Dragon, which stars Jimmy Wang Yu as the Honorable White Dragon, a martial arts mercenary charged with the duty of protecting rebel subordinate. Joins Prince Mao Tong in an uprising against the Mongol government in an action-packed martial arts time. So I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Like I said, got this. It does say Kmart on here, but it's one of those ones I got from the Dollar Tree. So looking forward to checking that one out. And then finally, we'll end today with, this is the Umbrella release of this, but this has, I want to say this has a bunch. I think Umbrella has put this out. Imprint has put this out. I want to say it's been put out here by somebody as well in America, and that is The Man from Hong Kong. And this is another Jimmy Wang Yu, well, sort of directed. This is directed by Brian Trenchard Smith, but Jimmy Wang Yu did do second director on there, so all kind of the action scenes were kind of flowing through him and stuff. So when Hong Kong Inspector Fang Sing Ling, Jimmy Wang Yu, travels to Sydney to interview drug trafficker Wing Chang, which is Sammo Hung, which is kind of cool. He is flung into an international investigation destined to test his merit and might. Teaming up with Aussie director Taylor, Roger Ward, and Gross, which is Hugh Keays-Byrne, Fang soon discovers a cunning connection between Wing Chang's drug imports and a larger-than-life local gangster, who's played by the one and only George Lazenby of James Bond fame. Determined to get his Fang will stop at nothing, bringing all manner of mayhem to the streets in a full-on fist-fighting spectacle of explosive proportions. A true Ozploitation classic featuring extraordinary chases, dangerous stunts, and incredible set pieces. From Grant Page, The Man from Hong Kong, a.k.a. The Dragon Flies, also stars Bill Hunter, Frank Thurving, Rebecca Gilling, and Rosalind Spears. So it's an Ozploitation movie, but yeah, like pretty much at the time when, the martial arts movie kind of business was huge, and they're like, oh, let's just kind of put it through everything, and kind of that East meets West type of mixture of movies. So on this Umbrella Entertainment release, which is region free, it's a newly remastered release from an exclusive 4K transfer, audio commentary from Brian Trenchard Smith, Grant Page, and Hugh Keanes-Byrne. The making of Man from Hong Kong, newsreel footage, uncut, not quite Hollywood interviews. Not Quite Hollywood is the kind of Ozploitation documentary with George Lazenby and a few other of the cast and crew. Trailers from Hell, discussing The Man from Uncle alternate trailer, and then an HD theatrical trailer. And then there's also Death Cheaters on here, and actually, there's a whole bunch of stuff on here. Oh, I didn't realize that. There is 5 other movies, if I'm correct on here. Death Cheaters, which has an audio commentary by Brian Trenchard Smith. Stunt Rock, which has a commentary, plus promotional and theatrical trailer. Kung Fu Killers, Danger Freaks, and The Stuntmen. Wow, okay. Didn't realize that this one is like packed with stuff, I guess. So definitely check out this release then, or the newer releases. I don't know if they have everything on here, but that's pretty cool. But thanks everybody for watching. Again, I kind of want to do this to kind of start the month with discussing kind of a legend of, Kung Fu and Shaw Brothers, and kind of a main player and stuff with Jimmy Wang Yu. So, again, we're getting to that age where a lot of these stars from the 70s and 80s films are passing on, but their legacy will always remain because they'll be in these movies that we all enjoy and stuff. So, but thanks everybody for watching. We're gonna go, like I said, we're gonna have fun time this month with different stuff, looking at different subgenres of action. I'm gonna put, I know, 1, maybe 2 movies of the Tales from the VHS Zone, of movies still trapped on VHS of action movies. So we'll have that. I have some kind of obscure action, and like I said, different subgenres and stuff like that. So it should be a fun month. So our action and adventure April is starting now. So everybody, I hope you're having a great weekend. Thank you all for watching. Comment below, what are your favorite Jimmy Wang Yu movies, or your favorite Shaw Brothers movies. Like I said, they're pumping out a lot of Shaw Brothers stuff out on Arrow and 88 Films. They did the whole Shaw Brothers, the Shaw Scope box set, so from Arrow. So it's coming down the pipeline, and it's great to see. So comment below on that. So remember, everybody, be kind, rewind. We'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.